So the 63rd Grammy Awards are finally commenced on 14th of March 2021. And this was no different from any other previous editions, because when it comes to Grammys, there's always a room for more and more controversies and more room for improvement. In this video, we will be dividing it into two sections. First is entirely upon the rap category, and in the second video, we will be discussing more and more about the other genres and the awards that were given out. So to get started, let's discuss with the first rap song category. We got Savage remix with Beyonce, the Rockstar, the Box, the Bigger Picture by Lil Baby, and Laugh Now Cry Later by Lil Durk and Drake. Savage won this, and it was a fairly easy contest for them as well. But if you look at this, again, there is no surprise as such, because, considering the Beyonce factor and Megan Thee Stallion, and considering how big Savage was back in summers, there was a very clear winner. But you gotta feel bad for Roddy Ricch as well, because unless you are living under a rock, the box was literally everywhere. Like, be it the TikTok dances, be it the memes, be it the artists covering it, the box was easily one of the biggest songs for the entire year. And to see him not winning this Grammy, I'm definitely sure that, Roddy Ricch will be feeling a certain way about this. Moving on, the best melodic rap category. We again had the same old Laugh Now Cry Later, the Box, and the Rockstar, with the exception of With the Highest in the Room by Travis Scott and Anderson .Paak with the Lockdown in this list. I'll be very honest, this is a very weak section. Like, again, a couple of songs here and there, but again, there is no strong contender as such. And Highest in the Room by Travis Scott is actually a very good song. It sets a very nice, a stoner type vibes. But then again, like, to make sure that it's a front runner for this category, I wouldn't bet on that. And to be very fair, nothing stands out as such. And for me personally, it was always going to be between Roddy Ricch and Anderson .Paak. And Anderson .Paak winning it for Lockdown, which again, like a song which has a very good societal message in addressing the political climate in the United States of America. Again, you gotta feel bad for Roddy Ricch, but sure, Lockdown again holds its own weight and stands out in this category. Next up, we had the best rap album category. And this is where I felt that, Grammy maybe overdid themselves. Like, if you look back at the nominations that were released back in 2020, and people were surprised to see that with the likes of Jay Electronica's Written Testimony, Freddie Gibbs' 1985 being nominated, there were more than few surprising choices here. Like, given the Grammys have a history for picking up more commercial and the more popular records, the 5 nominations that were here were much more surprising and much more, has a more lyrical, more underground touch to it. I'm not saying they are underground, but I'm saying that, they are not necessarily the kind of choices that, you would see Grammy picking one. So we were the community in general was very happy to see how these choices were made. And, there was a sign that possibly, Grammy is starting to take hip hop seriously. But the problem came that, again, when you see the potential winners, Nas was awarded for the best rap album, which, again, like, I was expecting this because, Nas being the OG and, like, Grammy has this dirt on their shoulder that, they haven't really respected the rap legends as such. Nas finally getting a Grammy award after more than 2 decades of career is definitely a high point for all the, hip-hop purists and the fans of that art in general. But you look at the entries that were there, I don't think that it was a very good album in comparison. You look at, there is Royce da 5 Nines, The Allegory, a Written Testimony by Jay Electronica with an equal participation from Jay-Z. And then there is Alfredo. Then there is Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs. I'm sorry, I messed up the name last time, but it's the Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. And lastly, obviously, the Black Habits by D Smoke. So if you look here, I don't think that A King's Disease by Nas is even the third best choice here. Like, if I were to rank the albums here, Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs is definitely going to be my pick, closely followed by Jay Electronica, and then a huge gap, and then The Allegory. And then possibly another huge gap, and then comes Nas for me, and somewhere in the middle there will be D Smoke. So to see that Nas winning a Grammy for this album is definitely kind of like, leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. Like, for me, it's almost equivalent for Leonardo DiCaprio finally getting his Oscar. Because sure, we are happy to see such a talented actor finally getting his recognition, but for this body of work, I'm not so sure about it. So yeah, that's all for this particular category. Do keep looking for the second part of the video. We will be discussing more and more genres. That's it. I'm the Rap Nerd. Follow me on the social media and keep listening to music.